Hi, I'm Prasanta, an architect, urban planner. I had the privilege of working in a big project, National Urban Development Project, NUDP in other sense, in short. And I was chosen by the project management services, which is offered by the Reka Specia, Indonesia, for this particular project. The project is actually National Urban Development Spatial Planning, which includes the development items in it, and it is a kind of multi agency platform because it relates to the entire urban policy of a country like Indonesia, which is a big country with a lot of islands at different parts, and it's almost 5,000 kilometers wide as a kind of country, and the islands are both land and the water mass is an essential part of the spatial planning. For the last couple of years, with the country's growth, the urban population and the migration is taking place at a quite high rate, in which the pressure on the urban area is becoming and felt quite adequately. So, although the government of Indonesia has been working quite well in terms of the spatial planning area, and it has a quite elaborate process, even then the urban development is sometimes not giving the effective and efficient results, as a result of which there's a need for a modified approach in which the development prospects of an urban area linked to a national urban policy and also linked to the overall development programs in terms of its budget, in terms of its finance. Therefore, it was conceived as a kind of project, or rather a platform, in which the different agencies like the Bapanas, which is a national development ministry, and also the one of the important ministry so far as the special development and infrastructure is concerned, is the Public Works Department, Ministry of the Public Works, and they are the executive agency of this. Now, this entire process was financed with the technical assistance from the World Bank to strengthen the entire national urban development process, which is based on the existing situation. So NUDP is designed as a enabling platform that strengthens the end-to-end chain need for cities to translate a policy and plans into prioritize financiable and implement investment as well, because this is an important part of the entire project, because the platform basis, because it has a different kind of structure in the sense that the larger national urban uh, settlement system, which is not about one city or one urban area, it's a number of urban areas which has potential, and the pressure on the special plan is quite high. It is in this regard the whole program was conceived in a manner that the National Urban Policy, which is an important document which is prepared in the year 2025, and which has been contributed by the National Urban Development Strategy, in short, NUDS. Now, in this also, there is a part of it where the NUDP has been component wise, it is made into 4 components. The first component is institutional development, and the second component is related to the main focus, which is the integrated urban integrated city plan, in the sense that all the different parts of the city development is well integrated. And the third, the most important part of it is that there is an investment and the budget provision along with the plan, which is well worked out from the investment point of view, so that it can be investment also can be prioritized in terms of the when it can be developed, which projects are very important, and it's also helping the multi-sectoral development agencies, which can play an effective role in some of the city's development. And the third part of it is it is not only the system that needs to be planned, but it's also a system that needs to develop its capability in terms of the human resources. So the capacity building is also part of the important aspects of this particular program. So so therefore the fourth component, which also needed an agency to look after the entire NUDP program for as a project management services, and I am one of the international experts who had the privilege to work in this, and the Reka Specia is a consulting engineers which provided these services for the public works department. And since the infrastructure projects are the more like a catalyst in terms of the development for the special areas, therefore identification of the right kind of infrastructure with the participation of the local city developers and the actors involvement is an important thing. So therefore the stakeholders are an important part of the entire consultation, because the government's approach is that there are many projects which alone cannot be funded by the government if there is a private participation in it, in which there are many actors and investors are interested, and if there can be brought under this entire process of special planning, then the urban development will be more meaningful and efficient enough and very effective in terms of its project investment and development part. Reka Specia as a project management service had a very large team. The reason being there are 23 cities all across the country was selected for this particular project. It initially started with 13 cities as a pilot this thing, but it was due to the requirement by the national government, it selected 23 cities. So and it's dispersed in many parts of the country. And in this particular process, it needed a project management service with a large team, in which we also happen to have the international experience with this kind of experience that we brought in to be able to manage this entire project. And I'm thankful for the reasons that the Reka Specia had invited me for this project, and I was not very sure to take up this project at the initial, but it was the insistence from the consultant, and more particularly the director of this organization, Reka Specia, Mr. or Pak Ridwan Utapi, who influenced me and gave me the entire assistance that is required for me to shift to this particular country and work for such a not very short, but 20 months period is not a short period. But the most important part for the Reka Specia engineering is that it completed the project well in time and at the very efficiently handled and handed over all the project documents on the decided deadline time. So it is from that point of view, a consultant's work with such an efficiency is remarkable. And it is not only the project management service was required, because in order to handle the 23 cities at different parts of the regions of the country, there were number of consultants that were chosen to prepare the plan for these cities. Therefore, the organizing, coordinating, and supervising and monitoring the actual consultants' work on the ground was challenging for the project management service team. And Reka Specia and its administration provided the real, very efficient support system to make this project successful and completed on time. And that's why I feel proud about the fact that I was involved in this particular project.